Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Darshawn McAway. You're tuned in to WowPodcast. By all means, go to WowPodcast.me. That's WowPodcast.me. Now, today we have a special guest on the line. We have Hezekiah Morris. He's here to talk to us about his book, The Player in Me. Hezekiah, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
So, The Player in Me. So, tell me what this book is about. I think I got a feeling for what it is, but I'm not 100% for sure.
It's about this guy. He's an aspiring writer, and he writes books. And he moves to a new state. And upon moving to this new state, he meets these three women, and then gets involved in a love triangle. And at the end, there's a whole lot of stuff going on, and he's trying to decide which woman that he's going to be with. And then there's one that's going to teach him a lesson.
Okay, so what are the characters' names? Fill me in.
The character's name, you got Z, then you got Deja, you got Sapphire, and you got Laquita.
Okay, now does any part of this book come from a personal experience?
Yes, from personal experiences.
Okay, so it's based on a true story.
Yes.
And when did you come out with this book?
It came out in November of last year.
Okay, and what have some people been saying about it so far?
Oh man, they love the book. I got a lady out of DC. She already wrote the script to the book, and hopefully when all this COVID leaves, we're gonna start shooting the film. We already got the cast and everything. Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting ready to transition into a film.
Yes.
Great. So what stage are you guys at now?
Well, we got everything together. We just waiting to shoot it.
Okay. Wow. This is the first time I've had somebody come on and tell me that they have a book that's going into a film. I know people want to put it into a film. Can you fill the listeners in on a little bit of that process?
Oh man, well, me and her have been good friends for the past 4 years, and she invited me on a show. I had a book signing in DC, and she's an actor, and she does film, and she does live broadcasting. And I've been itching to get a film going, and she's been like, okay, I'll get you one day when it's time. And out of the blue one day, she just called me, you ready to turn this book into a film? And I was like, yes, let's go with it.
Wow, just like that. Now, see, those are the things that dreams are made of right there. I know a lot of people listen to the show, and I'm in the process of creating an animation and things like that. And I try to fill people in on, how it happens, what happens, and what happens in the end. But to hear from you about your book being turned into a movie, to me, that's very fascinating because I try my very best to get people on so they can tell everybody else about their shared experience. So what has been the most difficult part in, I guess, writing your book and turning it over into a script?
Just basically, getting the funding together and everything. I started a Kickstarter page for the project. You can find it on Kickstarter.com. It's called The Player. So we're trying to get a little funding for it. But other than that, man, it's a great script. She never even read the book, and the script is like dead on. The script is to help you read the book, go find it and buy the book. So that's a great thing about that. But, I've had a lot of people tell me that, oh, man, we should turn your book into a film, and, nothing ever falls through. And I send them my book, and they're like, oh, man, that's a great book, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Never had anybody get back with me and stuff.
Right. And that's the most disheartening part about when someone has written some of their best material that they just want to get discovered. And of course, you're looking for that financial breakthrough, and then you start reaching out to people and they just start leading you on. And that was part of the reason why I created the platform that I wanted to create, because I wanted people such as yourself to share your story. Because I have a platform, and I like for people to know, like, hey, this author is undiscovered, and go check out their book. So with that being said, can you tell everyone where they could purchase your book and how they could contact you?
They can find my books on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. I'm on Facebook as Hezekiah Morris. I'm on Instagram as Author Hezi, and I'm on Twitter as Hezekiah _Morris.
Okay. Now, Hezi, how, if they want to reach out to you on Instagram, can you spell that for them?
AUTHORHEZZY.
Okay. Awesome. So in this process of writing your book, what have you found to be the most challenging aside from the film part, but just writing the book in general?
Oh man, just getting your characters together and just giving people something that they're going to enjoy and to keep them engaged. You know, I don't like to water down my books. I want to have my books a page turner because I've read books that's like 500 some pages long, and I get halfway through and I'm like, okay, let me turn to the good part, you know. And one thing about writing my books, I have to imagine myself there and put myself in that place. And I want to give you the details, but not detail. I want you to feel and be with me as I'm telling you this story.
Are you thinking about also doing a audio book?
Yes, my second book is actually an audio book. It's called Restoring Hezekiah, Me and Only Me.
Is that book already out or is it getting ready to come out?
Yes, it's already out. I have 4 books out currently.
Okay, so let's talk about, just give me a synopsis of all the books you have out. Let's let everybody know.
My first book, that's my baby. That's my first one I ever wrote. It's called Restoring Hezekiah, Changing a Generation. You can find that on Barnes & Nobles and Amazon and 3,000 other bookstores. It is basically about me growing up and going through the things that I went through as a young boy and the bad choices that I made and giving people hope and to live out their dreams that no matter what you go through and the addictions and stuff, and no matter what you go through, you still can rise above your addictions and setbacks, and you still can dream, and you still can be successful. And my second book is more about going through the dating game and how you have failed relationships and how you try to hold on and how you hurt others because your relationship that you went through has failed. But you try to grow through the experiences and just learn to love yourself in the outcome. My third book is called Remember Them Days When We Were Young. You know, when I left home to go on my book journey to different places and traveling, I was missing my people from back home in Virginia, and I just decided to write a book about when we were young and how we used to act when we hung out together and how we all grew up and, you know, got through our obstacles and still was able to overcome and be successful people. And I write about that.
It's very rare to find someone who has put all the books together, have branded themselves extremely well, and have made it past that threshold to where I think it's any author's dream to have their book be transition into something that's going to be on any type of screen. So yeah. I want to give you a congratulations, and I just kind of want to inform everybody about your books again. Remember Them Days When We Were Young, The Player in Me, Restoring Hezekiah, Me and Only Me, and Restoring Hezekiah, Changing a Generation. Those books are available right now on all retail platforms and all online platforms, anywhere where you can get a book. Hezekiah Morris, I really appreciate you for coming on WowPodcast. Is there anything else you would like to tell everyone?
Just don't give up on your dreams. Keep striving. Keep believing in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't, because I'm living proof that you can.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining WowPodcast. I'm your host, Darshawn McAway. You're talking to Hezekiah Morris, or he's talking to me and informing me on everything that he has going on. And I can't say anything else but congratulations and job well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.